what?
POV, there is no live stream.
What on earth is going on, dude? I swear, like, it's my Spanish internet provider has found out about the fact I'm live streaming and is actively sabotaging it. Okay, it should be back online now, maybe?
It is.
Is it?
Yes.
I have gone for
There is in fact a stream.
I have gone for drastic measures. I am now using my mobile data
Oh.
because my internet provider has let me down, and I have no sound.
It doesn't see live stream.
Refresh, Rick.
I am refreshing, like...
Well, go back to the channel and check the videos.
I don't know. There is a live stream.
Oh, there's the
There
sound.
is no live stream. Take off your clothes.
Anyway, we're on stream, boys. We're on stream. So, please
Oh, there it is.
behave.
I got it.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. It's just, honestly, just unlucky. I mean, I don't really know what else to say to that. Hyper has DNF'd. He's crashed. Let's see, hold on.
Good, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
in a big way.
There's a wreckage, yeah. Relatable.
Yeah.
Just the race are just keeping on building that dam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And a second undercutting Formula Cruise.
Fortunately, his main rival passed away on lap 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Stanix, by the way? Isn't he racing?
I guess not.
Because I heard that he's gonna win.
He would have.
Yeah.
I am sure of it.
Yeah, probably would have implemented the same strategy as last time of placing himself in P11.
Yep. So, we can be on board, I guess, with Eddie right now. They are about the only active thing that is happening here. Both of them on the same strategy.
Lap quite soon. 9 laps already with the soft. With the super soft. But no, it's soft, isn't it? Yeah, they changed it.
Going for a bit of a yoink there.
Braking quite late.
Yeah,
as well.
Eddie very early though as well.
Yeah, that was not very committed, I have to say. Go further, don't.
I mean, yeah, it is a scary
Committing only
corner.
waste time.
It is a very easy corner to ruin someone's career.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Really cannot use the funny slipstream the funny DRS.
Do you think it is hilarious? The drag reduction system.
Like, I mean, like when I lie in my bed at night.
Do you think drag reduction system and then you start wheezing?
Yeah, it's very funny.
Bro, that feeling when you when you drag reduction system somehow.
The drag reduction system do be kind of opening though.
Yeah. See, it's very hilarious.
Rick, what happens when the drag reduction system gets activated?
Well, the funny flaps at the back open up and then it doesn't push the car down so much because there isn't as much drag. That is why it's called drag reduction system.
Okay. Okay.
I did not know this, Rick. Thanks for telling us.
Me neither. I'm new to this. Are there any negatives to doing this?
Well, it drains your battery.
It drains your battery.
Because the actuator has to open the wing. Which involves an immense degree of force that drains your ERS.
That's why I don't use the wipers in my car, it drains the battery.
But you know, of course, in corners it is quite unfortunate. And if you brake, the DRS automatically gets deactivated. So.
Indeed, mainly because
that's kind of weak.
Yeah, it is. They're not committing. They should have done it like Ericsson and Monza in 2018.
Oh, bro, he went flying. He was so fast.
He went zoom. Rick, why do you think that happened? What happened there in that accident?
Well, he didn't have any drag. He didn't get pushed down by the earthly forces. He basically went into into game mode 3 and just flew around.
What would you say that the fact that rear tires weren't getting pushed into the ground by the downforce was actually affecting the braking efficiency, as the tire didn't have as much contact patch available?
Of course. I mean that's like the entire point of
Really,
why
I didn't know
like
that.
it even exists. Like
Pixel, that's interesting. We're learning new stuff today. Thank you, Rick,
See,
for being here.
the car was freed from the oppressive chains of drag, and then it decided to fly because it wasn't being weighed down anymore.
Yeah.
Oppression is bad, people.
Mm-hmm.
No, but like this is the thing, like in corners and you don't have any drag, then you're just gonna fly out. I mean, I'm speaking from personal experience here, as I'm a GT3 driver in real life myself.
GT4.
And you gotta have some drag.
You heard it here on stream first. Rick has been promoted from GT4 to GT3. He's just that talented. It's happened midstream.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I just don't know where my mind is. You know, it is such an interesting race. I just forget everything.
Rick, does drag always correlate to downforce?
No.
Really?
That's just not how physics works.
Pixel, we are learning so much today.
We are. This is a very educational stream.
So Rick, can you tell us about your real-life GT4 campaign? Obviously, you didn't really get to race yet this year. How have you been preparing yourself mentally for the task at hand?
Well, you see, I've been looking at myself every day in the mirror and screaming at myself, "Man, you're gonna do it!" You know, like how one does this. And I've been racing quite a bit. And yeah, I'm just preparing for the tracks to get a feel for it. Of course, online isn't the same as real life, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get some training in. And well, yeah, I mean, I can't really feel the cars right now because I'm in Germany and I'm in basically self-isolation. So yeah, it is quite hard, but I mean, you gotta do something. I'm reading a lot of books to keep my mental stability. Alright, I'm reading a lot into the tracks to improve my timing and to improve my strategies. And I think this will benefit me the next season.
Alright, thank you for that. It's actually great to have him on here. We can actually have a little bit of a serious real-life interview. Rick, another question I also had is, what was your decision and your reasoning for loving the Porsche Cayman GT4 so much, and why did you end up choosing it to race for the next 2 years?
Well, you see, I really like Porsche and I like the performance of the car. Of course, there are better cars. I also quite like the Audi, but the Porsche just, I don't know, it just was the car.
It just screams Porsche for you, doesn't it, the Cayman?
Well, I mean, in real life I wouldn't drive a Cayman because it's just a poor people's car, but I mean, like...
hey, let's not break the immersion here, okay?
I am not breaking the... But what? I mean, Renee, like... when I'm racing, it's just the car. It is good in the corners. It has some good speed, but of course, the 911 would be nicer.
So you would think 911 is nicer?
Yeah, of course.
This is really a conversation to bring that up in, Rick.
Yeah, certainly. But I mean, like in the GT4 races, the Cayman S, in my opinion, is the best car I can personally handle. I had some trouble with the other cars before, but the Cayman just speaks to me.
Okay, I'm looking at the stats. So you came third at your first race ever around the Kosovo Grand Prix. How did that feel?
Well, you know, it is. I felt really proud of myself and also for my team because it isn't just me that did this. There's my team that does all the preparations with my car and stuff like that. And I heavily rely on them. I'm really thankful for them to be with me, to help me, and to also support me.
Do you have any thoughts on the lack of spectators at the Grand Prix?
Well, I mean, you can't really do anything, can you, with this pandemic going on and the general population?
This was last year, Rick. There was no pandemic. What were the people?
Exactly. Renee, the people.
There is no pandemic.
I mean, there's just a general lack of people in Kosovo since 1998. And I mean, I suppose that you can call this a pandemic. I mean, Kosovo is just like a virus or like a tumor.
Okay, we've gone too far here. Rick, this is escalated. This is not what I wanted to do in this conversation, right? I don't need your political commentary on the Kosovo. I was asking you about the Grand Prix.
Yeah, but no, it definitely felt kind of different with no viewers. It does feel kind of, it does definitely feel better when you race with viewers, because they do support you, and also that you have them and you feel that they're there, and that does give a moral boost to just win for them, because when there's just cameras, you know, there's you can't see the people.
You don't think it's as personal then, yeah? It's not as as much of a unified sport.
Not to distract from the main topic of conversation, but Wimpy, Heat and Eddie have been battling quite hard, and there's been a couple of overtakes.
Same with Mr. NJJ and Tilda. Been back here sniffing each other's gearboxes a little bit.
Sniff, don't mind if I do.
PLGS 01, he says Corona might have happened.
But it didn't take 6 million lives. Not yet, no.
I mean, may have happened, Slayer.
No, shut up, shut up.
Stop. Stop, it's going too far.
Or can we please keep it PG, okay?
Yeah, no, of course.
I think it's quite unprofessional. This, okay? So
yeah,
we need
no,
to.
I'm not saying anything.
Right, you were advocating for the genocide of the Kosovo from 1998 to 1999.
What do you mean? I just said that the population still doesn't recover. We had the same thing with the 30 years war in
okay, we don't need to.
Kosovo virus though.
18 to 1648. Which the
okay, no, let's please. Okay.
Can you politely shut the hell up, please?
I don't know who I should go with. I'm gonna go with Wimpy there. Oh, that's a typical place. Yeah, it is.
Very good.
Got a couple of funny cars here.
They are quite funny, I do have to say.
Almost as funny as DRS.
DRS is pretty funny.
It is quite funny. He's getting a bit sideways, that's going to hurt him a little bit. So he should be able to make a pretty easy move out of this. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Tilda is pointing very much the wrong way.
Yeah, he was involved in a fight with NJJ, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Oh,
he got N-nade. I'm definitely going to make that joke again, it was very funny.
I disagree with you there, but anyway, moving on.
Country, Renee.
Depends where you live. Oh, why has it done that? I don't know.
And he did a big lockup. That's Wimpy to close up a bit.
This is interesting. Like, if you have a look at it, Wimpy's really run out of battery completely here, and Heat and especially Eddie are just saving.
Yeah.
So they're really, you know, they've settled in on the fact that this is where they will finish. It's just the order between the three isn't clear yet. And JJ, however, slightly behind them. He got a 3-second time penalty. Pixel, can you have a look at the time penalties on these guys here?
I can indeed. Heat has one warning. Wimpy has 2 invalidated lap times, but no actual warnings. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Eddie has no warnings at all whatsoever. So this is all very much for position. I think Wimpy is battling too hard, ruining his tires and using up all his battery. I think he'd be better to save in the DRS.
I mean, so far he's definitely going to come out the loser here.
He's made the overtake, and then he's bottled it and lost 2 positions because of it.
And whoa!
Come on, guys, come on. That's a bit much. There's no need.
So yeah, I mean, at the moment also he's not saving the battery. I don't know what his intent here is, because he's not going to be able to push up on anyone in front of Heat. Like P5 is the best position he can get in this race today.
Yeah, he should just be sitting in the DRS saving battery. And now he's just pushing way too hard, ruining his tires, overheating them.
Where he is right now is perfect. I mean, he has got two cars potentially fighting, and he can really save his tires and his battery. This is the perfect place to be. He shouldn't want to get ahead. He has 10 laps to save his tires.
Yeah, it's just needless aggression.
Just play it easy.
I mean, Rick is a very experienced driver, so he can say from experience that maybe just needs to hang back.
Yeah, I mean, in Germany we have the saying, wenn zwei sich streiten, basically saying when two fight, the third one, is going to be the winner. So if one of them crashes out, then Wimp will definitely.
Oh, and speaking of crashing out,
yeah, Heat's out of this one.
Timing. And he has damage as well. That's a big rip.
Checking out Expo 2020 in Dubai there.
What a timing.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse, as they call it.
Or maybe Rick's mysticism and foresight coming up trumps.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think it's just my experience from GT4 driving.
Yeah, I would think so. Now Justin and Inferno have pitted, forming with Chris, doing the overcut once again. He's quite upset with Eddie, not entirely sure what happened between them. It'd be like that, basically.
Rick, recently, a couple of weeks ago, you posted on your personal Instagram account a picture of your brand new lava red Porsche Cayman, citing it as the best car you've ever owned. A couple of weeks after buying the car, how do you feel about it?
Well, I don't know, Renee. I don't know what you saw about the picture.
The Porsche Cayman that you bought, the Porsche Cayman 2020.
I didn't buy a Porsche Cayman.
Rick,
you mean my race car?
No. You bought a personal lava red Porsche Cayman.
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Is this meant to be private? So you don't want to reveal it quite yet?
No.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. Sorry. I didn't want to get into it. I hope you enjoy your Porsche Cayman, though. No, it's fine.
I didn't buy.
It's fine.
Porsche Cayman, though.
Listen, you don't have to be embarrassed. You don't have to be embarrassed for buying a woman's car, Rick. Okay?
It is.
Rick.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Renee. I did not buy the Porsche Cayman.
Listen, it's not quite an Audi TT, okay? You're not a fucking flight assistant or anything quite yet.
Renee,
but you're the next best thing.
Renee,
listen,
I know that you wear glasses.
There's no reason to deviate.
911. How the fuck? I know you're wearing glasses.
Okay, Rick. So it's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't want to attack you with your Porsche Cayman. It's okay. You know, if you need more time, then that's fine. Regardless, though, I hope you enjoy your Porsche Cayman lava red.
So Renee, how's your Porsche Boxster working
On the real though, Elementrix is quite sad about the language. So let's not.
Oh, Mesla and JJ and going into the bits.
Very observant of you, Rick.
Yes, I know. You see.
Yeah, I almost forgot there was a race going on.
This was a mistake. I regret this a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Rick's fault. We dragged him in the chat and this all happened.
I think if men could just learn to deal with the fact they have a Porsche Boxster, then the world would be a better place.
Renee, I have a Porsche Cayman.
Oh, yeah, so you do have it, yeah?
Well, according to you, Renee.
You just admitted that you own a Porsche Cayman.
You see, Renee, I have different intel on that.
It doesn't matter, you just admitted to having a Porsche Cayman.
Well, according to you, I have one.
We'll have that on stream anyway. It's okay, you know, we can deal with that later. Sorry as well, Elementrix, for some of the perhaps bad language. Not programmed, unless you mean the actual conversational deviation. But we're trying to cover a little bit of the race right now. That's true, but it's we don't have a huge amount to talk about. So I do apologize if it isn't to everyone's liking, and I really mean that. But yeah, we're just trying to keep it rolling.
Yeah. So you don't fall asleep.
It is unfortunately a rather quiet race at the minute, although Eddie is within DRS of Tilda, so maybe something will happen there. Eddie on the faster tires, of course, so should expect to see him get past soon.
So McLaren's and Haas have really swapped positions. Yeah, we had both Haas in front and both McLaren's behind. Now we have him in a sandwich.
As I expected, Eddie going for the move. Tilda hanging around the outside, that's impressive defense, but Eddie with the higher tire grip making it work. Rick, just how much of an advantage is fresh tires when you're racing someone?
Well, I mean, the corners are quite sharp, so the more grip actually does quite a benefit. Of course, on the straights, there isn't so much grip required, but in the corners it can actually make quite a big of a difference, especially in the hairpin.
And Rick, why would you say is it that you don't need quite so much grip on the straights?
Well, because you're just going forward.
I also didn't think of that.
Yeah.
And Heath has retired.
Oh.
So luckily for everyone in the race right now, everyone will be scoring some points today, so congratulations.
Oh, just the
you
race.
Get a point. You get a point. Everyone gets a point.
Indeed. Slash says in chat, didn't even notice no punches left to roll with.
Oh, it's Slash.
What, sorry? What did I say?
Is it a Slash?
Yeah, Slash. Yes. Ah, yes, it is Slash. Also, yeah, Infernocoy is in P3, isn't he?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
He has quite a big distance towards one of Chris there.
He does deserve to really catch a break and get a podium. I mean, I've been vouching for him for what feels like over a year now. Really, I really rate this guy highly. I just don't think it's working out for him more often than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like where
Quite relatable.
the last match I saw, he did do some good driving, but the odds just were against him.
Neth says in chat that he doesn't care if he gets Corona as long as Inferno gets a podium.
Alright, so yeah, you'll die.
Nice.
One of the commentators telling a driver that they will in fact die.
Well, not, I mean...
That's what tends to happen to people once they own a Porsche Cayman. They change.
Well, I mean, not really, do they?
I can't hear you over your 280 horsepower Porsche engine.
Disgusting. It's nothing. 280 is nothing.
I think a Polo GTI has almost the same amount of horsepower.
Doesn't he have like 300?
Like 240, I think, or something.
I actually don't know why people would buy the Porsche 721, is it, I think, series.
I mean, on the real though, isn't a Porsche 911 basically just two Yamaha YZF-R 125s welded together?
A couple of them at least.
Yeah,
a couple.
Like 10. I think, how much is the Yamaha?
Give or take.
Yeah, and in the post-apocalyptic society wherein objects replace actual currency as the means of trade, YZF-R 125s are very valuable.
Yamaha is on the new currency.
Yes.
Trade 10 Yamahas for this book.
Isn't it Yamas and not Yamahas? Like, isn't that how it's
You see,
said?
Renee, I frankly just do not care. I say what I want.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. It just, maybe it depends on language.
Oh, I suppose. And,
So, yes, we got some conspiracy theories going in chat.
oh, yes.
All I know is I'm going to invest my lotto winnings in what is it, FR125s for the end of the world.
Which is what business decision.
I will go well then.
My friend actually owns one, and he's been owning one for the past 2 months or so. And actually, the sad thing is that people have tried to steal it about 3 times, and multiple people have gone in and like removed exhaust tips and breaking some of the side skirts of the bike. So people here in Spain are very friendly towards bike riders, I think.
Well, I mean, it's just Spain, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Just Spain.
I mean, it is a nice bike, but it's just really not in good condition now. It's very sad. He only bought it very recently too.
Oh, SLR and JJ is getting close to Larsen.
Yeah, he is.
I think there's nothing happening with Eddie right now.
To everyone
JJ is
watching
going for
in
it.
chat, who do you think is going to win this race, guys? Leave your predictions down below.
It'll be a very hard one.
I think so.
Well, I mean, I believe it's quite obvious.
Yeah, it's obviously
It's
going
Rust,
to be
isn't it?
Rust in P10. I mean,
He's
the
go-
one
he's
with
gonna
soft
remove
cars,
that
so he's going to
zero.
absolutely fly.
He's gonna remove that 0 in a moment, yeah. Cobson is gonna win it, says Nefluke.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you winning, son?
He might be the winner of our hearts.
Yeah.
He says in chat he's been going through a bit of a tough time, so sorry to him for that.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully
alright,
he can
King.
get that sorted.
We
Yeah.
all go through tough times.
You got it, Kane.
Well, I
you'll,
mean,
you'll have a
but I think-
better luck next time.
But I think that we all can agree that 10x will win this race.
Close.
No.
But no cigar. Goofy is having a bit of an eyes emoji at Inferno Koi.
He was kind of
Oh,
catching it.
and JJ just made a huge mistake. He lost his end plate on the right side.
And
You see that what Lars is doing right now is exactly what I would do when in my races. I would just wait for the other one to make a mistake and just creep behind him, not just not to use my tires as much.
What, creeper? Oh man.
Well, that's copyright, man.
In other news, for some of you more cultured long-time Twitter members from a good couple of years ago, the driver in that farm is looking to make a return on this game.
No, is he?
Yes,
Well, maybe it's also time for me then, isn't it?
it is.
Come,
But
Rick.
it can happen.
It's
Come,
not.
come.
You don't have what it takes, Rick.
Yeah.
You drive the
see,
K-Man.
see, that is why I don't. This is why I drive GT4. Not a GT3.
Look at Tilda up here in front as well.
I mean, it is quite a distance to each
No, 2 seconds.
other. Yeah, I mean, well, I believe that Silva has to make a proper mistake to close the distance.
Goofy as well, he's not really making progress anymore. He's stuck at around 3 seconds to Inferno. So,
Well, I mean, we are the last 2 laps, so I believe that the positions like there.
oh, don't do the commentator's curse here.
Oh, come on, Rick. That's not cool. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Okay.
I mean, I'm just speaking from my expertise, from my own knowledge, experience. And we have like 3 people. We have like 3 people with more than 10 seconds distance to one of them, which act like kind of a buffer. So I don't think that I want to change position.
You have little faith, Rick.
I
It's
know.
disappointing.
But
A lot
just
can
like-
happen on the last few laps. I mean, generally people do feel a lot more pressure. The notes the end,
Well, I
so
mean, yeah, if your
people
tire,
tend to do stupid
punctures
mistakes.
and you still finish the race, yeah, but
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. I mean, Hanoi is definitely so far not the most impressive race event I've ever witnessed, but you know, it is here. It is what it is.
Thoroughly looking forward to Justin's big speech after this race win.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sure he has lots to say, and I'm very interested to hear it.
Interesting to note though, like that 4.5 second gap hasn't really moved at all in a long time.
Yeah.
Like in a very long time.
Yeah, I feel like Formula Chris is slower at the start of the stint, but then he kind of catches on to the pace.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of holds. And Justin has undercut him on both the pit stops, which explains the gap.
And JJ getting quite close to Tal.
I think with Cubs on in this race, it would have been a very different beast. A lot more of a fight between the top three, including Formula Chris as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in an extent, to a certain extent, we are a bit robbed of an engaging race, because I mean, on paper with the DRS zones and such, this track should have some interesting fighting opportunities, but it's just not worked out. I mean,
yeah. But speaking of fighting opportunities, NJJ on Tilda.
Oh yeah.
Quite a clinical DRS overtaking the end, but a double lockup, that's not going to help. But the squeeze Tilda out on the corner entry, so no chance to fight back for Tilda. NJJ still amazes me how he can drive with precisely 0 force feedback.
Who?
NJJ.
Really?
Does not use force feedback yet.
On purpose?
Partially, yes.
I mean, partially.
He says his force feedback doesn't work properly, but he said he also doesn't like the feeling of force feedback, and it makes the wheel too slow to turn. If your force feedback is making the wheel too slow to turn, it's either broken or your driving technique is broken. But somehow he manages to drive reasonably well.
I mean, I presume what he means is that he has very low force on, and I can understand the point of that.
No, he quite literally has it turned off.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I remember one thing I used to do in iRacing when I was doing endurance racing was having my wheel weight like on the maximum my wheel could output, and yeah, because I thought that would probably be more realistic, but it was genuinely just handicapping because turning the wheel into corners would genuinely just be hard and take longer to do. Like less force feedback is just better usually, I think.
Yeah, I like to turn my force feedback off in iRacing because I don't feel anything anyway.
That's true. Like me and most.
I don't actually turn it off, just to slide it.
Then Justin the race and from the Chris.
Yeah, to cross the line, top 4. Justin, Chris, Inferno for his first podium, I believe. And Goofy Goober.
Inferno.
Congrats.
Gets in there, Inferno. Gets in there.
Get in, my son.
So Eddie is next here. He's got a buffer of 3 seconds to Wimpy. I don't think there's any penalties involved. No. And
some good race for Haas.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, Inferno's got to be very happy about this result as well. And P7 crosses the line, yeah. But he gets jumped actually by both Larson and Tilda. Oh boy.
Dear.
So Rust, where's he gonna end up? We're about to find out.
It's an interesting lap for him, definitely. Will make or break his race.
I think fair to say not really the race Rust had hoped for.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, I don't think anyone hopes for this.
But simply by finishing, he will score a point.
Yeah.
There he goes, that's the top 10 for you.
Yeah.
A point for every single contestant that is still alive at the end of the race. Oh boy, what is that? What is that?
That is.
What is that?
That is a haunting image.
I wish you'd never see that again, no.
Please do not show this to me.
Why has
I do
Codemasters
not
done
want to see
this?
it.
Why have they done this?
I don't know. I think they made them to just the spiders.
Well, Codemasters, what the heck have you brought upon this cursed land?
Incredible. Oh man. I am very glad for the introduction of these poses and the animations on the podium, but not actually fixing the safety car for the Vietnam track. So that's brilliant. I'm really glad for the priorities. So congratulations to Codemasters, but congratulations as well to Justin for winning the race, and special mention to Inferno for getting his first podium, I think, here in 2 Sorel ever. So, woo! Get in there, mate. Get in there. Nice one. Maybe many more. That concludes that. I don't know if we want to do interviews today. I think we could maybe give one for Justin because he won, and Inferno because he had a special race.
Yeah,
I guess
we will need a little break between this stream and the next one because obviously the next tier is starting very soon. So hold on, let me figure out if I'm intelligent enough to do simple tasks.
probably not. I mean, you're driving.
Never have been.
Alright, yes, I think I have managed. I think I have managed with using Wimpy's amazing graphics, by the way. Shout out to him. And Justin is here in the booth. Rick, we'll leave you to the interview.
Hello, Justin.
Hello.
How are you doing? How was the race for you?
Good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Alright, very good. So, you came out on top. How did the car feel for you? How were the tires?
Well, I'm gonna start off with qualifying because why not? It definitely improved on yesterday. Because in Tier 1 SLR, I did like a 34.1, I think it was, when my PB before was a 33.5. So I practiced on that at well today. I achieved the 33.5. I wasn't expecting to get pole by that much of a margin. I guess I have a better understanding than the rest here, especially in Sector 3. I found I was getting 5/10 on Cubs on, and that's where I gained all my time. But during the race, it was just try and get the best start as possible, and then run away with it. Really, I wasn't really going for fastest laps. I was mainly going for consistency and trying to manage the tires, which I managed to do with that nice 2-stop in there.
Alright, yeah, I mean, it did work out for you in the end. You did finish pole position. Once again, congratulations for that. Well, what do you think about the other drivers today? There were 3 DNFs. How did that impact your driving?
Well, one driver in particular that impacted the way I drive was Formula Chris. He was he wasn't very close, but he was 4 or 5 seconds consistently behind, and that definitely made me need to push a bit more, because, you know, I couldn't afford him to catch up, and it was on 2 warnings as well, so I needed to make a big of a gap just in case if I did get a penalty. Luckily I didn't, and unfortunately for him, but fortunately for me, my championship rival Cubs crashed out or disconnected or something happened during the race, and me winning the race is good for me because he's not there next week nor the week after, so I can already take a little breather, I guess, for next week because I'm not really good in China, but Zandvoort I'm really good there, so we'll see.
Yeah, alright, so once again, congratulations and thank you for joining the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
What a nice fella, isn't he? I don't think Inferno is coming for this interview.
No problem.
But that's fine. You know, I think he's busy just celebrating a champagne. That's understandable. Maybe he's trying to get over the fact that he saw Brendan Lee doing that weird pose in the driver of the day thing. Speaking of which, actually, who is your driver of the day, gentlemen?
It's a hard one. I mean, Goofy did quite well, but also Wimpy. Wimpy did a lot of good fighting. He had some good strategies for me. And speaking from experience, he did do quite well. He did manage the tires quite well at the track. So I think that Wimpy is actually my driver of the day.
Okay, and Pixel, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that really everyone's a winner today. I think everyone in their own special way is the driver of the day.
And on that note, boys, that is it. See you again in 30 minutes.
See ya.